Sophia Carter, a graceful, confident black woman dressed sharply in a sleek business suit, walked through the grand entrance of the five-star hotel she had built with her own two hands, from absolutely nothing. The place oozed luxury. The chandeliers above shimmered like falling stars, the soft fragrance of fresh flowers danced in the air, and the marble floors? Oh, they reflected every bit of her power and grace, as if they knew exactly who she was. But just before she could make it to the front desk, a man stepped right in front of her, a hotel manager with a smug little smile plastered on his face, like he owned the place. "Ma'am," he said, practically sneering, "this is an exclusive hotel. We don't allow people like you to just loiter around here." He had no idea, no clue at all, that the woman he was trying to push away, she was the one who signed his paychecks. The very CEO who owned every corner of this luxurious building. But stay with me because what happened next will make your jaw drop. You see, Sophia wasn't just some guest. She had poured her heart, soul, and sleepless nights into this hotel empire. She had broken through walls most people never even see, fighting corporate prejudice, breaking racial stereotypes, and overcoming financial barriers stacked sky-high. Every chandelier, every polished tile, every smiling staff member, it was all because she fought for it.
And tonight?
She wasn't here to pose, to flaunt her wealth or power. She arrived unannounced, no security detail, no designer bag, no bling. Just a simple, classy black blazer and tailored slacks.
Why?
Because she believed real leadership meant showing up when no one expected, seeing how her guests were treated when no one knew she was watching. As she calmly walked toward the reception desk, her sharp eyes caught something disturbing. A white couple ahead of her was welcomed like royalty. Big smiles, warm greetings, key cards handed over, without a single question. But when it was her turn, the receptionist barely even glanced up. No smile, no warmth, just cold disinterest. Sophia spoke, keeping her voice smooth and measured. "I'd like to book a suite, please." But the young receptionist exchanged a nervous look with the same smug manager who had tried to block her earlier. The man, a middle-aged guy with slicked-back hair and an attitude to match, folded his arms and sized Sophia up like she didn't belong. "We're fully booked," he said, smirking. Sophia raised an eyebrow. "That's strange. I checked your website just an hour ago. There were multiple suites available." But he didn't flinch. That smirk stayed on his face. Must have been an error. Maybe you'd be more comfortable at a more affordable place. The audacity. Sophia's jaw tightened, but her composure never cracked. She simply asked, "Are you sure about that?" By now, the tension in the air was thick. Other guests in the lobby were starting to notice. Whispers, sideways glances, people watching the scene unfold. Sophia slowly reached into her bag, pulled out her phone, and started scrolling. "Interesting," she murmured, "because according to my records, not only do you have rooms available, but I also happen to be your employer." The manager chuckled mockingly. "Your employer? That's rich." Sophia's gaze sharpened. She glanced at his name tag. "Mr. Peterson, right? You might want to revisit your employee handbook. I'm Sophia Carter, CEO and founder of Carter Luxe Hotels." You should have seen his face. The blood drained from it like he'd seen a ghost. The receptionist gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. Guests all around started murmuring louder, shocked at what they were witnessing. Mr. Peterson's smugness crumbled like a house of cards. That's not possible." Sophia simply turned her phone toward him, her profile on full display. Picture, name, title, CEO and founder. He panicked. "Miss Carter. I had no idea. Please let me." Sophia held up a hand, her voice cool but cutting. "You didn't know because you judged me the second I stepped inside. Without a second thought, you looked at my skin, my appearance, and decided I didn't belong here. Instead of treating a guest, any guest, with respect, you chose to humiliate me. Your own boss." The man was sweating now, desperate, stumbling over his words. "Please, Miss Carter. I apologize. Let me fix this. Our finest penthouse suite is available." Sophia shook her head. No, thank you. Then she turned to the young receptionist. What's your name? The girl swallowed hard, her voice barely a whisper. Erin. Sophia studied her for a long moment.
You saw what was happening.
Why didn't you speak up? Erin's eyes flickered nervously. I was afraid to go against Mr. Peterson. Sophia nodded slowly. Fear might explain it, but it doesn't excuse it. Compliance in the face of discrimination is still a choice. And then, without missing a beat, she turned back to Peterson. You're fired. Effective immediately.
His jaw dropped.
Miss Carter, please. I've worked here for years. For years, she cut him off, her voice sharp. How many other guests did you treat this way? How many people did you turn away because they didn't fit your twisted idea of luxury? Enough. Security was already on its way. Guests and staff alike watched as Mr. Peterson was escorted out, his face pale, shoulders slumped. Sophia turned back to Erin. You have a choice now. Learn from this, or stay part of the problem.
So?
What's it going to be? Erin's eyes welled up. I want to learn. I want to do better. I don't want to be part of this anymore. Sophia nodded.
Good.
Then prove it. Starting now, every guest who walks through these doors, no matter who they are, how they look, or where they come from, deserves the same top-tier treatment. She then faced the rest of the staff, her voice carrying power and purpose. This is your wake-up call. If you can't live up to the values of Carter Luxe Hotels, if you can't treat every single person with respect, you're welcome to leave. But if you're willing to change, to grow, to do better, then the real work starts now. Heads nodded. Some eyes filled with emotion. The energy in the room shifted. And it didn't end there. Word of that night spread like wildfire. Social media lit up. People talking about what had happened, about racial profiling, about the hidden biases alive, and well, even in the most glamorous places. Some applauded Sophia for taking a stand. Others reflected on how easy it is to judge, to assume, to exclude. But one thing was clear. Sophia's actions shook the entire industry. Other luxury businesses took notice. Policies changed. Conversations started. It wasn't just about reclaiming her dignity, it was about sparking something bigger. And later that night, as Sophia finally sat down in the penthouse suite, not because she needed to prove anything, but because she had earned it, she knew one thing for sure. Never again would anyone question if she belonged. If this story inspired you, made you think, or moved you in any way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments. What would you have done in this situation? Have you ever faced something like this? Your support helps us share more real, powerful stories that need to be heard. And hey, where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. Take care, and remember, we all belong.